All right, Babooni here. We're back with another tournament. This one is for the Zoom tournament, but we have a special exception today. We're fighting Chad. Chad is currently recovering from some spinal surgery, so he had special permission to play the match on Lackey, since it's going to be a little bit easier for him, as opposed to like shuffling cards and stuff. So, with that in mind, let's get going. Today I'm on the Nativity Herod's deck that I've been running. The last three videos I've all been doing are like little playtest videos. And then I did even a tournament match. So this is the deck that I'm really getting wetting the sword on, so to say. I'm grinding with this deck and I'm trying to get the best I can possibly be with it. I feel like I've got it in a really good spot right now. And let's see what Chad's up to today. Okay, no lost souls in the opener. He wins the die roll. And he has Meek Lost Souls, which tells me he's on some sort of Soulhide deck. Nativity, the Soulhide matchup can be difficult, but you do have ways to fight around it. So we'll see. He had no star abilities. I have John. Let's just get Crouch Choice. You can't go wrong with that. And if they discard off the top of my deck, it's not that big a deal anyways. I already have the Resurrection in my hand, so I know turn one I'm going to be popping off. Okay, he has Hannah. It's a 1/1 character. And then they're going to play Virgin Birth to grab a hero from their deck. So this is really heads up play by opponent, because normally when you have Virgin Birth in your hand, like 9 times out of 10 or 99 out of 100, you'll be wanting to activate the star ability to grab something else from your top 6. But he has a specific character in mind here, named Servant Girl, who can be captured to the opponent's land of bondage. And that's what he's going to be doing here to get attack in. So Hannah's coming in. And look at my hand. I don't really have anything except a 2/2 Rhodys' Daughter. So it looks like I'll be doing Battle of the Titans, blocking with my 2/2 against the 1/1. And who's going to win this battle? Probably not me. I mean, I have a Woes in my hand. I don't want to fire off the Woes right now, but they just play like if they have literally anything here, I'm pretty dead. And he has a 4/3 enhancement, negate evil characters, top deck an evil character. So Daughter's going to get top decked. I don't really want to draw that again, but you know, I just rather have, instead of like choosing not to block, I think I'd rather just block and force him to have something, because there's a chance he might have anything there. 3 cards. Outsiders, probably going to be pretty dead. Rhodys' Daughter, not really doing much right now. So right now I'm trying to plan my best attack. Start with New Covenant because I don't have any other artifacts. And let's see, we can get Good Seed, we can get Lost Child Found, we can get the Annunciation, we can get Flight into Egypt. I'm thinking Lost Child Found because there's a chance I might want to use its star ability this turn if I can get a big Star of Bethlehem shot off. If he's playing Meek, I know he has a card in his deck called Annis the Elder that can underdeck 2 Lost Souls. And the Soulhide decks have pretty consistent ways of getting to him. Like, I feel like there's a couple different Sadducees that can go find him. So with that in mind, I want to try and make an attack here that I can play around that. So let's go Messenger. I'm trying to carefully count how many cards I have in hand, so I can, when I play the Resurrection and ban his people in battle, I know the opponent will have more cards in hand than me, so that Joseph and Magi can trigger. The Resurrection, I already have John in my hand, so I can get the Resurrection Revealer in my stable. And then let's ban to John, Magi, and Joseph. Okay, and let's do Magi and Joseph first, which can both get good nativity cards from my deck right now. And I'm definitely wanting to get Star Bethlehem. I'm not sure what the other one I want is. Magi. Maybe I just get Flight into Egypt to be safe. And then, oh, what am I doing? Did I play it? Oh no, this is John. John, I revealed Star of Bethlehem to toss the next and draw 2. Okay, so this attack is pretty weak to Goliath, so I have to decide if I want to play Star Bethlehem now or after they block. I think I'm more worried about Annis the Elder than a Goliath here. And even if they have Goliath, I can add my Resurrection Revealer to battle. And Resurrection Revealer, in theory, could be able to do something with that Flight into Egypt here. But let's see what the opponent does. When you're playing against black decks, the question in your mind is like, how can I play around Herdsman? How can I play around Goliath? If you're playing against Soulhide, that you also add on, how can I play around Annis the Elder? And also, in Nativity, you have to worry about outsiders a lot. So, yep, there's Annis the Elder. He's going to be underdecking 2 of his Lost Souls, which cannot be negated. And so my idea to kind of play around that is play Star Bethlehem, use Lost Child Found to play a Lost Soul from his deck, give my guys protection, and maybe draw some cards with Star Bethlehem. I didn't want to get scattered sheeped here. That's why I'm using the Star of Bethlehem. I'm not really sure if he's playing that, but you just never know. So there's this bug with Unlucky that can happen if you underdeck Lustels. They can sometimes disappear. So if you notice I'm doing counting, I'm only seeing 5 Lustels. So Chad and I are I'm gonna let him play the Lustels out of his deck because he can see them, but I can't. So if this ever happens to you, like shuffle up that deck, let the person who owns the deck play the Lustel out, you know. Or if worse comes to worse, like add Meek Lost Soul tokens to the deck if you both can't find your Lost Souls. So I don't know. Okay, so he's some sort of Soul High deck with a white-based offense. With Esther, Mordecai, stuff like that. I saw Burial, so Burial is a card I'm scared of, but he hasn't drawn that yet. He also hasn't drawn his Three Woes. Okay, so now we're back in combat. He has a Lost Soul out. I get to draw some cards. All my guys are protected. So, not the worst here. All right, what can opponent do to this? I don't know if there's anything here. He could play a card that discards him to shuffle Lost Souls, but it looks like he didn't have it. All right, now we even up the score here 1-1. I drew a shield. Nice. Put that down for sure. Try to get my hand size down to a reasonable number because Humble is, never. I'll put Herodes down. I know I don't have a Herod, but there's a chance I can put one into play this turn with my crouch choice. And then I could turn it on mid-battle if I block with the Herod. Okay, another Lost Soul for me. Great. Love to see that. All right, how's my turn one looking? When you're playing a Soul High deck, you're definitely not going for speed. So Hannah versus the entire Nativity and some royalty. What you got, Hannah? My hand's protected now, so you can't reveal it and draw cards. So what you gonna do? 24 Elders. It says 12/12. That has the potential to negate evil stuff. Plotting Priest, which is a card that punishes search abilities, but luckily I have that distressed out there. Okay, Hannah, it's coming in. What's my best block against Hannah? I don't want to give her initiative, so blocking with Daughter or Rhodys is not really good. And Outsiders, it would be a 1-1. 1-1 versus a 1-1. That would give the opponent priority. So let's just go for a Herod from the deck. Let's do Herod's Guard, because I think I want to get a Herod this turn. Herod's Guard. Let's go grab Herod Archelaus. Yeah, seems strong. It's good against Angel of the Lord too. And then now we can activate Herod's Temple and make it a toss battle. 1-1 versus a 9-10. So he has to have 10 points or 9 points of power. I do reserve the second coming off the top of my deck, which is unfortunate. I don't think I have a way to get that back, especially after I just burned my crouch choice. An opponent is just going to die. I was trying to think if I wanted to let my opponent die before I played my crouch. I could have in theory played Three Woes to negate my temple here to get my second coming back, but I don't think that's worth it. I think I'd rather just win the battle. His opponent probably has a lot of ways to interrupt and negate this Herod here, so giving opponent a chance to play their enhancements is not what I want to do, especially because I'm caring about how many cards they have in their hand. I want them to have more. So being able to lock up their enhancements in their hand is good for me. But yeah, losing the second coming there is pretty bad. I'm not sure if I have any way to get that back. Okay, got the Annunciation Star ability. Look at their hand. This is what I want. Okay, they have some 3 dominance, Deceiver, 2 white enhancements. So definitely gonna want to try maybe do the cross this turn because they can go Deceiver, go to Blood Avenger, play their card that shuffles all Lost Souls. Let's go Good Seed. Did I use New Covenant yet? No, I haven't. So yeah, the cross will shut off their Wilderness Dominant out. Okay, so I just have to play around Deceiver plus. Okay, so if they have 6 cards in hand, maybe I should have tried to get down to less cards in hand than them so I could activate the Shepherds. Shepherds would have done some tossing. Let's play a Lost Soul out of their deck here. Against Soul Hide, it's never a bad idea to start getting Lost Souls out of their deck. Let's see, instead of Shepherds, I could have also attacked, with Simeon to John to toss the next, or like Simeon to Joseph to get to Mary, or I don't know. I don't know what the best attack here was. Okay, they got the Plotting Priest, which can go get enhancement from their deck. They decided to get the enhancement that would discard all evil characters in battle to shuffle Lost Souls. So I don't want them playing that. So I know that they only have 1 evil enhancement in their hand. So if I use my Good Seed to add Simeon, who can ban to a Prophet, I can ban to John, reveal my woes, and toss their next. They're not going to be able to play that card. But okay, Lawless, I get to grab something. I don't know if I want any of these. I guess I'll just take that. And now I don't think they have anything to do except die and give me a soul here. we were talking after the game about this block, and he thinks he should have gone Deceiver into Brood of Vipers to negate an underdeck good seed, then go to the plotting priest to get that card. And if without my good seed, I don't think I could have stopped him. So I think my opponent did have the opportunity to get the block there, but maybe I should have, really prioritized getting that shepherd's stuff down, or finding a way to get to Gabriel so I could have negated that guy's ability, or like maybe even playing Three Woes down before combat to negate his search ability. So both of us could have played that turn a little better. I think if I play perfectly there, like I'm able to negate the plotting priest. But the opponent's turn, I have everything. He has, again, back down to one hero and one lost soul. He's not working with a lot of cards right now. And this is the thing I like about Nativity. It can just keep generating card advantage. John, Stable. Opponent has a Lost Child Found here, which can bounce the Cross, Temple, Shield, which is really good. Those are my 3 best cards on defense here. So now his dominants are back online. He's definitely wanting to try to make sure it's less cards in hand because of Humble. He doesn't want Humble doing things. David, Heart After God, getting enhancement. So user search ability. Love to see that. That means I can do, Deceiver into Executioner. Executioner can go to reserve equipping foreign spears. Foreign horses, that is. Put that on. I could equip it to Executioner, but let me just do something with a little bit more value. It's equipped to Herod, ban to Herod. Herod's ability will trigger to discard a good card from his reserve. His reserve is not protected, so let's take a look. There's a bunch of juicy stuff in here. Lord goes before you, couple covenants, Plague of Frogs. You remain is objectively strong. I'm locking down their reserve anyway, so maybe I just take Plague of Frogs there. But anyways, foreign horses, because they search, I can interrupt the battle, draw 2 cards, and then play Feudal Inquisition, which ends the battle in stalemate. And there's nothing opponent can do there. This is another turn Chad and I talked about after the game, and he says he should have attacked with David, played the Chronicles of the Kings to negate stuff before I blocked. So I couldn't have done that. And if he'd done that, maybe I would have gone. I don't know what I would have done. I feel like he probably would have got that block if he had done that, because all my evil stuff would have been, and I didn't have Golgotha out yet. Okay, he's Son of Godding. There's a couple souls here. All right, he's up to 3 lost souls now. All right, I gotta figure out the best attack now. Let's get John into my hand. I don't want to clog up my hand too much, so that's why I'm getting John. Let's see, what do we start off with? Can't go wrong with playing down Temple and Shield here. Trying to decide between activating Covenant, the new Covenant, or 20 shekels. I think the hand information bounce is going to be, the hand information in play is going to be the best for me. I get to see that he's working with Deceiver, 2 dominance, 2 good enhancements, and that pesky little... Okay, play down Deceiver, no more tricks. I can't get down to 3 or less cards in my hand this turn, I don't think, for John. I mean, I guess I could. I just play everything, attack with John. Have 3 cards left in my hand. So I guess I could have done that. Golgotha, get Herod Antipas out of the reserve. Yeah, John could have just walked in for a soul here if I just play down all my cards, put stuff on John, and attack with John. The cross up, like that would have been good. But then I would have had to burn all these dominants. And then Son of God would have rescued their lost souls, so that would not have done anything. So let's just try to figure out a different way to attack. I don't think I can get down to 5 cards in hand for hand advantage, so let's just go in with some people. Joseph can get something from reserve. I don't think I want anything. Let's go to Mary, Gate and reserve their resurrect their Deceiver. And I'll grab Coming Prince to set up for a Star Bethlehem turn next turn. And let's see. Trying to figure out how I stop them from just blocking. Oh, you know what I had done? I played Glory of the Lord before attacking. And so that will prevent anybody except Priest from playing enhancements here. So I think he might have forgotten. Yeah, he's going to try it, but I'm just going to remind him that he can't play enhancements. But he will get the Underdeck Temple. So another lost soul for me. That goes to 3/3. I haven't played my Son of God or Second Coming yet, but Second Coming is currently sitting in my... So I still will need to rescue 2 more lost souls. Or sorry, at least 1 more. And then I can Son of God the other one. Okay, let's pass with 7 cards in hand. Having Shepherds in the Soulhide matchup is really nice. I don't think I want to cut Shepherds from my deck. It just makes the Soulhide matchups a lot easier. I still feel like they're winnable without them, but it just makes them go real faster. And if you're doing Soul Hide, they're probably running black and gray and a lot of the good black and gray stuff, so you can toss the black and gray enhancements. So the thing about me playing down John here, if he has a way to bandage John, he could in theory like paralyze my entire defense. So maybe I just discard John instead of playing him down. But I don't think he has a way to band him. You know, he could just like the banding cards he plays are enhancements, right? And there's not really heroes that bandage John in his deck or dominance. He's not playing the resurrection. Right? And he got rid of Herod's Temple, which would have normally protected my guys from the paralyze. So just something I'm thinking about, but probably not going to matter. But in other decks, this will matter. Careful of them banding to your John to paralyze your defense. Okay, I know he has the Glory of the Lord in his hand, right? Does he have the Glory of the Lord in his hand, or does he have something else? I already forgot. You know what also helps your Soul Hide matchup is having the cross in your deck. Like if you are able to activate the cross, they can't do Israel's Rebellion or Burial or cards that like kind of underdeck their Lost Souls with Dominant. So that's nice. Angel of the Winds to Mordecai. I get a dual trigger that I think I forget this game. Protect ends decks and reserve for evil characters. Good enhancements used by Mordecai cannot be negated. Okay, so since Bethlehem Stable is protecting my deck, hand in reserve, I think I can go Herod Antipas, go to my reserve, get enhancement, play it. And because I have the cross, I don't have to worry about them drawing Three Woes or Glory of the Lord. Because I don't want to give Mordecai initiative if I don't have to. So I guess before doing Herod Antipas, I can go Herodes' daughter, reserve through 24 elders, then go Herod Antipas, Contagious Fear. Is it my initiative? And if it is, I can reserve him to, protect lost souls. Herods, man. Herods have so many good blocks. The thing about Herods, they're so good at not letting opponents play their enhancements. You have Herod's Temple, which can start tossing everything. You have Herod Antipas to Contagious Fear if they attack with big characters. If you have Feudal Inquisition in your hand, you can go Executioner into Swift Horses to play that, Or also you have Glory of the Lord. So if they attack and you just block with the Herod that's protected, you can just play that and they won't be able to play your good enhancements. And that's what I like about Herod's a lot. Oh yeah, and Herod's Guard prevents stuff too. Okay, Moses is down. Pharaoh's daughter's giving him cannot be prevented. So my distress is gonna try to negate Moses, but he can't be prevented. Instead, Moses is gonna negate territory, class enhancements, and lost souls. Virgin birth is not negated by Moses, the star ability at least. Get that Herod's Temple back. I got 9 cards in deck. I've got to figure out how to rescue a lost soul and then play Son of God to win this turn. So I can attack with Shepherds to get a lost soul out of his deck. Trying to think. Let's use 20 shekels, bounce that Moses, get my lost souls back online. And then I see that he has no evil characters. So this should just be a free lost soul here. And if I attack with Shepherds, I can get another lost soul that I can rescue with Son of God and get the victory. And I got to make sure to deactivate that cross if I want to do that. Yeah, I don't think he has a way to get an evil character here, because if he had a way like to get an evil character, I don't think deactivating the cross would have been a good idea because of his dominance. But this is pretty free, I say. Lost Soul, do you want to block? The answer is no. And then I'll Son of God for the victory. So yeah, Soul Hide, he was just so behind on cards the whole game, and Shepherds got 3 lost souls out of his deck that game. That definitely made it easy for me to rescue on each turn that I wanted to. All right, but thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.